Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Wanderers Who Love Amawaterways. I'm your host, Steve Stapleton with Stapleton Direct Travel. I'm excited to talk to you tonight. It's been a week. It's exciting to come on here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. and let you know about the latest updates with Amawaterways. So, it is one of my specialties with Stapleton Direct Travel. I'm partnered with a company that has a 23-year history. They are headquartered in Calabasas, California. I need to talk to you over there. And it was started by two individuals, primarily the founder and co-founder,
Oh wow.
Kristen Karst and Rudy Schneider, who both of them used to work for another luxury river cruise company. They left that company to start Amawaterways. Like I said, it's been and it is operating in Calabasas, California. Most of you heard about that because that's where the wildfires were this past year, and they've had a tough time recovering with that, but they're coming right along. But tonight I'm going to be talking about the updates. You know, the fact that number one, they're a river cruise company that is American. There's only two of them that have American flag ships. One being the Norwegian Pride of America that operates in Hawaii, and then Amawaterways fleet. They all have American flags on their ships because they're based in America. Well, tonight we have a special guest with us. You see him in the sidekick frame over here to my left. Your right. I'm sorry, your left, my right. It might be reversed. That's my son, Rashad, and he's just going to be on kicking back, relaxing. I'm not expecting a whole lot from him. I just asked him to be a guest, and he's asking me if I can see the chat, the texting. Yes, I can. Let me respond. Can you see the response? Helpo. Anyway, you've frozen for some reason, so your connection is getting weird. But we're going to get started. Every Wednesday, we talk about updates on a weekly basis with Alma Waterways and how you can take advantage of those. I talk about promotions, sales, discounts, special features, holiday events, extended land based packages that are a lot of times complimentary, uh, airfare in many cases with certain sailings by date, which is complimentary from U.S. gateways for two. So those are significant sailings um, that you could experience by working with Stapleton Direct Travel. So what do you get by working with us? For one, I'm a person. I answer the phone. Google does not. Expedia does not. Travelocity, Priceline, none of those sites you go to
Yep.
Cheapo Air and all those other sites, they do not talk to you. They don't answer the phone. If you have a problem, you're on your own. Uh, if you have a question, you're on your own. In many cases, if you book with them, they charge you extra for excellent customer service. I don't do that. You can book with anybody you want. Yeah, I book my own travel. Yeah, you're right. You can book your own travel. But you don't book with me, you don't get those added benefits. I'm answering the phone 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, sometimes later, early in the morning. If that's the time that you have available when you're not working, that's when I answer the phone. And I do that because if you try to book everything yourself, yeah, you could do that. You can invite all the stress that comes with that when you book yourself. Or you can do three things. Number one, prepare your passport. Number two, pack your bags. And number three, pay. If you can do those three things, one, two, three, it doesn't matter how difficult your trip or your planning is, you still will have 100% attention to detail, my attention when you need it. I do meetings both privately and virtually with you if necessary. Uh, my guest has disappeared momentarily. He's having difficulties with his connection, so hopefully he can come back on. I just have him, like I said, kicking back, relaxing, and enjoying what he sees tonight. And if he wants to comment, he can do so. Um, it looked like his phone had locked up, so he probably will jump back on at some point. Uh, I'm going to go ahead and get started on what we're talking about tonight. And what I'd like to do first of all is I want to talk about what does the cruising situation look like for you. what should you consider when thinking about an Amawaterways cruises? Or in other words, where do you want to go? Where do they go? You know, what kind of costs are you looking at? Uh, what's available to you? So if you look through these, there's a whole list of these. I'm not going to look at all of these. I'm scrolling through so you can see how many there are. That's all the destinations. I know that'll make you blind, right? That's all the destinations that they go to. But I'm just going to go through a few of them so you can get an idea of what to expect. Enticing Douro. Enticing Douro is in Portugal and Spain. Okay. Right here, you see the price per person, $2,939. There are currently all these are on sale. Now you see these prices, they're a bit high. You say, wow, that's a lot of money. You know what? Yes, it is. It's a lot of money. But I can tell you that just like when you go buy the red bottom shoes or the Jordans or a Tesla, I could have bought a Tesla. I bought a new car last week. I didn't buy a Tesla. I didn't want to. If I wanted to, I could spend that money. So people really do value the things that they spend money on. So this is the price is what you pay, but value is what you get, guys. Amawaterways value across the board is so much more than what you get on an average vacation or average, say, ocean cruise, anything like that. I can't get in all the details tonight, but that's something I can share with you if you choose to consult with me and have me help you advise you. These cruises are something else. My wife and I went on one in August of this year, and we're going back in 2026 on another at least a 7 day or maybe longer. We'll see. But it's something that I would recommend to anyone. These prices, like you see that one $29.39 per person, $31.39 per person on the flavors of Portugal and Spain, colors of Provence, France, Spain on the Rhone River, $28.89. So you have different price points, but I wouldn't worry about that as much because you can plan out as far as you want to, and you can make payments. The first payment is usually around $400. And depending on where you're going, like if you do one of these, which is 14 nights, now you're talking about quite a bit of money. But all of these, you can make payments on them. I help you stay on track, develop a payment schedule, and make sure that all your things are on time. You don't get canceled for non-payment, those types of things. But you see the list here of the different destinations that Amawaterways will travel to. I'll just pause for a few seconds on a couple of these so you can see where they're at. The Danube River, the Rhone, the Main River, the Seine River in France, the Magdalena in Colombia, the Mekong River in the Far East, which is Cambodia and Vietnam. I mean, literally. And when they take you to these places, Amawaterways takes you through the country. A river cruise will take you to a country. You get off the river cruise, you're on your own. With Amawaterways, these prices that you see that you pay per person includes all of your excursions. It includes the bikes they have on board for you to take part in when you stop at the different cities. And when you stop at these cities, you're on the river. So the river, like you see here on this picture, goes through the country and through the site that you're visiting. So when you get off the ship, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a bridge right here I'm pointing to. And that bridge obviously goes over the river. You get off the ship and you walk up the ladder or the platform to the bank, you're right there. You're right next to a castle. You're right next to the Eiffel Tower. Whatever it is that you're passing by, you're right next to it. So there's the Danube again, right there. Magna on the Danube Festival of Lights. That's a Christmas cruise. And all these that you see on this particular page that are festive cruises are 2025. Why do I have these pulled up? Because all of these give you a complimentary night, the ones that are in 2025. They give you a complimentary night aboard the ship. And the majority of these are posts at the end of your cruise. So when you complete your cruise, you get an additional night on the ship where you can go out on the town, enjoy the local attractions, and you already have your hotel paid for and you have your meals paid for up until the morning of your departure, which will be the following morning. And you can arrange for transfers to be included in that to the airport if you book air. So if you book your airfare through Amawaterways, they'll arrange your transfer. That private car will be there to pick you up right at the port when you get back that next morning to go to the airport. We did that in Paris, and it was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Not have to worry about Uber or taxis or anything like that. So, again, with those, we're talking about complimentary airfare. Complimentary. There's particular ones that are New Year's that have a November 31st deadline, or November 30th, excuse me. And let me switch to that slide here. November 30th is the deadline to get these with the additional nights. Let me get to the right slide here. That is not the right one. Hold on a second. I got to navigate to, so you're seeing what I'm looking at. One moment. These are not labeled like I thought they should have been when I set them up. So, okay, here we go. So these are the New Year's cruises for 2025 that particularly show you the extra nights for 2025 with the November 30th deposit deadline. So let's go through those real quick. Some of them. What's included? A celebratory meal on December 25th. All of them start on Christmas, September 25th. So they are holiday sailings. You have onboard traditions such as tree trimming, cookie decorating, and caroling. Seasonal delights on shore, including regional holiday treats and decorated town squares. You have a New Year's Eve gala with music, dancing, late night snacks, and a champagne countdown, and opportunity to participate in local celebrations on shore with your select sailings. So depending on the sailing, you're going to have different experiences. And some of the ones here that are available, again, it's extended till November 30th. We'll just scroll down through here. Eligible departures. Some of these you saw on the other screen. Legendary Danube, Best of Holland and Belgium. Colors of Provence, Festive Delights, Enchanting Rhine. Notice they're all holidays. All these are all holidays. And if I were to click through here, it would tell me, like, for instance, we look at the Legendary Danube, which is 7 nights from Nuremberg to Budapest, Hungary. It starts in Nuremberg, Germany. You go through Germany, Strasbourg, France, Linz, Austria, Vienna, Austria, Budapest, Hungary is where you depart. 7-day cruise. So you're getting a lot for the price that you're paying. So I don't want anybody to get too discouraged about the price. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take a few minutes and show you some quick videos of some of the features that you'll see when you experience one of these wonderful trips. So we'll start with this one first.
Welcome to your itinerary along Dutch and Belgian waterways, where timeless beauty meets cultural discovery. This region comes to life through remarkable destinations, from vibrant tulip fields to storybook towns, each stop offering something truly unforgettable. In the Netherlands, cities like Amsterdam, Rotterdam, and Kampen blend historic architecture with lively modern culture. In Amsterdam, scenic canals and beautiful museums offer endless inspiration, while Rotterdam impresses us with bold, modern design and innovative architecture. The spring season brings an explosion of color in places like Keukenhof Gardens, where over 7 million tulips bloom in carefully crafted displays. In quiet towns such as Giethoorn, peaceful canals are a place of roads and best explored by boats. At Kinderdijk, rows of historic UNESCO protected windmills stand as symbols of Dutch water management. Scenic cruising through the Delta region introduces guests to the coastal charm of Zierikzee, with its medieval towers and harbor views. You also have the option to explore the history of the Delta Works at Neeltje Jans, one of the world's most impressive storm surge barriers. In Belgium, cities like Ghent and Antwerp welcome travelers with Gothic cathedrals, cobbled alleys, and of course with its famous chocolate. Ghent lights,
These
with
scenes
its
that you
medieval
see,
castle
oh wow,
and
I
the
mean,
adoration of the mystic lamp
just like that.
masterpiece. With
Centuries
Amawaterways,
old.
you can participate in an architectural bike tour through Antwerp or walk through the old town centers with landmarks like the Cathedral of Our Lady, or explore through your taste buds with local tastings and chocolate workshops. Each experience reflects the heart of this beautiful region. We cannot wait to welcome you aboard one of our vessels here in the Netherlands and Belgium, where each day brings a new destination and unforgettable memories along the way.
You guys, if you have any questions, while you need to go on anytime, just drop it in the chat, and I'll be glad to answer these questions. If I don't have the answer, I'll get the answer for you as soon as possible. So, that was Belgium and Holland that they were talking about. Got another one for you that is the Tulip Festival, which is big for the springtime. So we'll take a look at that one.
Tulip cruises belong to one of the most favorite cruises of the guests of Amawaterways. The reason is very simple. The tulips come in all shapes, in all sizes, and what is the most important, in many colors. And the tulips are here with us already since the year 1600, when they were first time brought by the Belgian botanist into this area of the lowlands. 400 years later, the tulips are still here with us, and we are crazy about them. One of the options where you can get the best view of the tulips is the Keukenhof Garden, which is considered to be as the garden of the Netherlands. 7 million tulip bulbs, 8 acres of pure beauty from mid-March till mid-May. Tulip cruises, it's not only about the Netherlands, but also about the Belgian. Have you ever heard about the tasty Belgian beer, chocolate, or maybe waffles with the whipped cream, chocolate, and the special strawberries? All of this you can have with Amawaterways on one of our tulip cruises.
We're going to look at Colombia next, the rivers of Colombia. I'd like to go look at some tulips myself.
Hola, and welcome aboard Amawaterways' beautiful Ama Magdalena. This stunning 68-meter ship is named for Colombia's Magdalena River, and I am honored to offer you a tour. Let's take a look inside.
This is the Ama Magdalena. As you can see, these are luxury experiences. You see the rooms, you see the views, you see out your window as you're going down the river. If you have that top suite, they are that luxurious. Something that you will remember a long time. that Magdalena ship is very similar to the African ship, the way it's designed. They have a ship or two ships that are in Africa that are specifically.
Thank you for joining me today on our tour of the incredible Ama Magdalena. I hope you will join me soon in Colombia aboard this ship, or her equally stunning sister, Ama Melodia. We cannot wait to share the beauty of our country with you. Nos vemos pronto. Ciao, ciao.
And speaking of Egypt, and now we're going to look at
Egypt offers many fascinating destinations to explore and special experiences that will become cherished memories. During your Amawaterways river cruise and land journey along the Nile, you can enhance your experience even further by adding these one-in-a-lifetime optional excursions. Be impressed by glorious temples during your optional tour to Abu Simbel. This incredible UNESCO World Heritage Site is dedicated to Pharaoh Ramses II. Carved into a mountainside during his reign, this magnificent structure stands as a testament to ancient Egyptian skill and artistry. Join your expert Egyptologist as you explore the Great Temple of Ramesses II and the Temple of Nefertari, a smaller structure built for his beloved wife. Marvel at the towering statues, intricate hieroglyphics, and captivating stories etched into the stone. Feel the weight of ancient history as you wander through these sacred halls, transported back to a different era. Later that day, you can choose to enjoy another optional excursion. High tea at the Old Cataract Hotel in Aswan. Indulge in an afternoon of elegance and refinement at this historic landmark. Perched on the banks of the Nile, the hotel has hosted royalty and celebrated figures for over a century. These optional excursions have been carefully curated to provide you with unique and enriching experiences, allowing you to delve deeper into the wonders of ancient Egypt. Contact your travel advisor or call Amawaterways to enhance your secrets of Egypt and the Nile River cruise and land journey today.
All right, guys. So, yeah, it's there's so many places they go to. I just scratched the surface when I talk about these. If you think about Europe or you're thinking about something like that, there's all kinds of places that you can go to, that you can visit. Countries that are thousands of years old, whereas, the United States, if you've never been out of the country, you don't know that it's very young. These countries are so old. They've been around for ages. They have a lot going on. So it's always, every week we talk about the current promotions that Amawaterways has, and we want you to try to take advantage of if you decide to work with us. So as you can see, I'm moving the screens around a bit so you can see what I'm looking at a little bit better over here to the upper right. I'm going to look at these promotions and go through them one by one like I always do. Not going to go into a whole lot of detail. Some of you have seen this before. If you have, great. It'd be a refresher, because they say people don't remember things until maybe the third or fourth time seeing or hearing it. And for those of you that are new, it'll give you the overview of all the benefits and promotions they have available. I'm trying to see if this screen is going to update for me. Let me do something a little bit different here. There we go. I want that so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Okay. The anniversary sale for certain cruises in 25 and 26. There's an anniversary sale that saves you up to $2,000 off your stateroom. Or if it's an 11-night or longer, say it's a 14-night cruise, it could be as much as $4,000 off. So these are the $2,500 per stateroom is basically your 7 days. You start stretching them out longer, your discounts become bigger. So these prices that you see here reflect the discounts for the different ones. If you notice, this one over here was about, on the other one I showed you, was about, where did it go? It jumped around. This one was about $3,000 per person. So you can see right there how much you're saving. I know these are jumping around. My screen is doing something crazy. But anyways, the savings come up that are tied to specific sailings. And you can see it keeps changing on me. It doesn't want to cooperate. So that's your anniversary sale. Your early booking rewards are for 2027. Any cruise that you take in 2027 that is one of these dates, and I'm not sure if it's changing for you because I'm not, maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know, we'll see. But the 2027 dates that are available have up to a $4,000 per stateroom savings when you reserve it by December 31st. So you may or may not be able to see these because I'm doing a live on the fly change of these screens, and it's not, my software doesn't look like it's changing the screens for you because right now I'm looking at the early booking rewards. And it should change, but I don't see it changing. So let me see. Let me see if I can get this to keep up with me. No, that's the anniversary sale. 27. I don't know. There it is. Okay. So your 2027 early booking rewards. You got Africa, you got Portugal, you got all these ones that pop up. So depending on where you go, there's going to be specific promotions that are going to be tied to your trip. Moving on to the Air Plus offer. Like I said before, complimentary airfare is available for certain sailings from every U.S. gateway when you reserve your flights with Amawaterways. Now, Amawaterways flights are basic economy. So you're not going to, unless you choose to pay for first class or something like that, you're not going to get first class. You're going to get economy, basic economy, which, they're going to assign your seat. They're going to give you the schedule. It may not be the one you want. So if you choose not to take advantage of this, then they have prices that they have instead of that you can get. $8.99 per person for economy air. You see here to the left, $22.99 for premium economy air, and business class or first class is $4,299 per person. For all you high rollers out there that got a whole lot more money than I do, that's what you want if you want to fly first class. So those are the rates right there in the left center section that you see that I just highlighted. You have these benefits: excellent fares, trusted airlines, quality experience, peace of mind, airport representative with Amawaterways, transfers to and from the airport are included, and of course the convenience. You don't have to look for your airfare. You don't have to worry about being on time or any of that stuff. So that's Air Plus. Then complimentary airfare to Egypt. For many of your 25 and 26 departures, Egypt is available with complimentary airfare. And I need to replace the screen so you can see that. Yeah, so we'll go there. And eligible through December 31st, you can get complimentary airfare to Egypt, or you can get $19.99 per person for premium class, and $29.99 per person for first class or business class, or up to $2,000 in cruise savings. If you choose not to use the complimentary airfare to Egypt, you can get the discount instead. Okay, so the military offered always, the military has a lot of offers going. One of the most exciting ones I like to talk about is the 2-for-1, which is basically just like it says, buy one, get one free. You pay for one person, second person goes free. It's the best price. So you have that. If the sailing that you're trying to take does not include that, then you can get $250 off all the time for a military member. The picture you're looking at is Normandy. I just went there in August on an Amawaterways cruise. I couldn't walk down here where you see these people walking because the tide was high. So the water was, I don't know, maybe up to here. It was pretty high. It was up at least 5 feet on these structures that you see. These are memorials, Normandy Beach. If you were to go there and look, you can see, okay, this is the beach normally at low tide. You see all this sand, okay? But the water was up here 5-6 feet on these statues or these memorials, and it wasn't expected on the day that they invaded Normandy during World War II. So the soldiers had to swim to here, probably. A lot of them couldn't swim. So many of them died, drowning in the ocean. And as you know, of course, many of them were shot to death as they were trying to get to the shore. So once they got here, that wasn't it. They had probably another 600 yards to go. A little bit over a half of a football field, maybe a little bit longer, before they could even get to the base of the hills where the Germans were shooting down. Imagine somebody shooting some machine guns at you from here, like this, coming at you from high in the hills. And I saw those bunkers. They're so high up there, there's no way you're going to shoot from here all the way up there. No, you had to get to the beach, and you had to run up here again in this area. My mouse is all over the place. You had to run up to this area here, and then go another 600 to 1,000 yards just to get to the base of the hill, where you still had to fight your way to the top of the hill before you can throw a grenade or shoot a law or something and take out some of these machine gun bunkers. So you can imagine how many, and that's why so many of our service members and sailors and Marines died at Normandy. So $250 all the time, 2 for 1 on certain military sailings. That's your benefits. Moving on to the next one, there are loyalty appreciation cruises that are for people who have cruised with Amawaterways before. And there are certain events that you're invited to, like you might have a special cocktail party. You might have an event that only you are invited to because you are a repeat guest. Those are loyalty appreciation cruises, and then some of them are specifically designed for repeat guests. As you see here, there's certain itineraries, loyalty cruise savings, $1,500 off cruise savings per person, complimentary stateroom upgrades, $100 onboard stateroom credit per person. Alternate offer is 10% off the single supplement if you're by yourself. And back to the military side, if you're by yourself, the single supplement can be waived in most instances where you just pay for yourself. You don't have to pay for 2 people. Double the future cruise benefit savings if you reserve with your current future cruise benefit. So if you have a future cruise benefit that you purchased on a previous sailing and you apply it to one of these loyalty cruises, you get double the benefit. So if it was $250 or $500 off or 5% off, well, now it's 10% off, $500 and $1,000 off. It doubles automatically. So here you see some of the sailings in 2026 that apply to that. There are loyalty cruise sailings. There are questions and answers that can be provided to you. If you have questions about those, just reach out to me. I can help you with that. And finally, the last thing I'm going to talk about, I'm going to pull the slide up here for you, is the Mekong 2 for 1. Oftentimes during the year, Amawaterways allows you to buy for 1 and get 2 on the Mekong River, which is Cambodia and Vietnam. What is included in your package? Again, as always, daily breakfast, guided tours, convenient transfers and luggage service between your hotel and a river cruise ship, and the services of a professionally trained cruise manager throughout your river cruise journey. That's if you add a land package. So when I spoke about 2 for 1 cruises on the Mekong, I spoke too quickly. I meant the land package. So if you add a land package to your cruise, it is not part of the cruise, but it is a special offer where you only pay for one of the persons that is traveling based on double occupancy. And again, you get these options here: daily breakfast, guided tours, convenient transfers between the ship and your hotel and back to the river cruise ship, services of a professionally cruise manager goes with you during the entire sailings. And when you get off on these land package offerings, they go with you. So you don't have to learn the language. You don't have to know the culture or any of those things. Down here is another special offer with the Mekong 2-for-1 land package at Amawaterways incredible 8-night land package in Vietnam and Cambodia to your 7-night charms of the Mekong or Riches of the Mekong River cruise at a special 2-for-1 price on select sailings. 2-for-1 land package pricing shown on all of these. So you're getting that price for 2 people. You're only paying for one of the people. Make that a little bit bigger for you to see. I'm looking over at the screen you got, and it's a little bit small. So if you like me, you wear glasses, prescriptions, that'll help you see it a little bit better. So guys, it's 6:37. This was a long one. We covered a lot of material. I'm glad to have you here. My buddy Rashad, my son was here online with us, just hanging out. And it's okay that he didn't want to say anything. That's fine. I invited him to be with us, and I'm glad that he chose to do so. Remember, guys, Amawaterways takes you through countries. Ocean cruises take you to the country. Doesn't mean I don't like ocean cruises. I take them myself. I do sell them myself. But if you want a different experience, one that is going to really knock your socks off and leave you with something that you can talk to your kids about, your grandkids about for decades, you can have that experience with Amawaterways. Spend a little bit more money and you're going to pay a lot for what you get. Again, the price is what you pay. The value is what you get. So guys, if you like to take advantage of any of these, I'd invite you to reach out to me. The best way to reach me is my phone number, 330-328-3205, or my email address is Steven7867 at Ameritech.net. And as usual, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to end this with my contact card. I'm going to pull that on the screen so you can see it. I'd like you to be able to reach out, and I don't know if it's going to work. It's not. There we go. We'll go this way like this. Okay, it'll come up. So my contact card is shown here. If you want to reach out to contact me, 330, again, 328-3205 is the number, or Steven7867 at Ameritech.net. Guys, have a great night tonight. I thank you for being with me every Wednesday at 6 p.m. You could be anywhere else, but you're with me, and I appreciate you, and I thank you for being here. And again, I will see you next week. Good night, everybody.